Hi everybody and welcome back to day 7 of my December daily junk journal. So I'm just trying to flatten out the pages, they're getting very crinkled with all the paint. I have quite a few photos to try and squeeze on the pages today, but I already know that my theme of the day is going to be gingerbread because this was the day we finally got to make gingerbread. It's my son's favourite Christmas activity. He's been asking me since January to make gingerbread, so he finally got his wish today because that was the activity in his advent calendar. So I'm just fussy cutting around the gingerbread because I thought they might look quite cute, sort of cut out as if they're real little gingerbread pieces. And I'm using the number 7 from my gift bag today. Now, I went through my journaling cards to find something to write on, but as I was doing that, I found these check sort of grid ones, and they're goldish check and grid, and I thought they might look quite nice because they look a bit like the cooling trays, the wire racks you use when you're cooking cakes or biscuits, and you put the cookies on them to cool. I thought they might look quite nice as part of this spread. And I've obviously gone through my stash and picked out all of my gingerbread stickers to use. So just trying to work out the placement of the gingerbread, and I think in the end I decided that it's all going to go on that piece of card because it looks like they're cooling on the wire rack. And this was the day I opened some of my Daiso masking tapes, washi tapes, and I think I kept the packaging because I thought they were quite cute. They had a really cute title. I can't remember what they were called now, but so I decided to fussy cut the letter just because it takes up a little less space, but also then it's sort of could be like a little gingerbread shape cut out itself, if you see what I mean. And then I think I decide it's all looking a bit sort of pasty, the background. I want to have a bit more colour on the page, so I figure if I sort of paint the page a gingerbread colour, sort of a gingery colour, perhaps that will kind of make it more jolly. So just using my little travel watercolour palette and my water brush, my Aquash water brush, and getting all over my desk. This paper, I want to experiment with it further, but this paper is really nice for painting on. It's a handmade washi paper, quite tough, almost like card, but I don't know, it just takes the paint so well, and it's different to it's so hard to describe. It's different to how watercolour behaves on a like watercolour paper. I can't describe how it's different. My brain's not working. It sort of seems to hold the colour better, so it doesn't sit on the surface. It sort of plunges straight into the paper, but it just gives it such a rich, I don't know, rich colour straight away. And I love the texture you get with it. Now you can see here my impatience coming through because I didn't bother to wait for the paint to dry before I just stuck everything on. And because that little baked gingerbread is just printed on very, bog standard printer paper, it went straight through. And then I ripped up a gingerbread sticker because I don't know, I wasn't taking it off carefully. So that was like, ba-bum. But I've got one left and that one came off okay, So yeah, there's the little Daiso masking tape packaging that I'm just sticking on now. I think it was called something like Small Good Things. Yeah, Small Good Things. I thought that was cute. We all like small good things, don't we? Okay, so on to the second side. At this point I forget that I plan to put the gingerbread on that tray. I think I remember in a second. There we go. Stick the photo of my son eating the gingerbread. I think we every time we make gingerbread, we basically eat we eat about, let's say, a third of them as soon as they come out of the oven, because they're really good fresh, because they're much softer. And then when we finally get around to icing them, we probably eat another third of them. So by the time we finish, there's not that many left, to be honest. They're just too irresistible. But the whole point of today, cooking the gingerbread on this day, was that the next day we had some friends around. So I had to be quite strict and say, right, we've got to stop eating them now because there'll be none left for our friends tomorrow. So we did. We were very good and we stopped eventually. So time to work out where we're going to do the, what's it called? The journaling. And I think, well, I'm going to write about this little wreath that I made, because I made that on the 7th. And I think I decided to have a go at drawing it, because I have a bit of time to do that today. The pen I'm using is a waterproof pen. Brown ink. I thought the brown ink looked quite nice on the gingerbready background. I'm just racking my brains to think of the name of the pen. Hopefully I'll twiddle it around later and we can see, because I don't have it on me right now. Using various brush pens, my Tombows and my Zigs. And then this pen I just got from the bargain basement section of a shop. Now, my Posca pen, after having raved about it for ages yesterday about how it goes on every surface, well, it didn't quite work so well on this surface. I don't know if it was the mixture of the paint and this, it's like highly absorbent but incredibly strong washi paper, and it does sort of absorb the white ink to the point where it doesn't stand out so much. Oh, it's a Copic. Is it a Copic? It's a Copic drawing pen. Yeah, so the white's not as bright, and you can sort of see if you look carefully, when I do the dots, they sort of start to disappear, but it's quite a nice, still look quite cute. So that's my bit of journaling. And then I think, oh, I've got a space here, what am I going to put on there? And then I remember I could probably journal a little bit more. So on it goes. And then I grab another waterproof drawing pen. Hang on, I'm going to have to find the names of these pens. Okay, yeah, so the one I'm using on screen now is the Delita Neo Pico 3. So it's, one end is a brush pen and one end is a fine tip, and it is waterproof. And that's in the shade Old Rose. And the one I was using earlier was a Copic multi-liner in Sepia 0.3, again, waterproof. Okay, so that is my December Daily Junk Journal for the 7th of December finished. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate the little comments I've been getting, and I will be replying to them all very soon. And I'm really glad somebody's watching and enjoying it. Okay, see you again soon. Bye bye.